So this is going to piss some people off. Should men always pay on the first date? Because here's the thing, a lot of women say they are independent until the waiter dropped the bill. Suddenly it's not about feminism anymore, it's just about me, the princess, and you have to pay for me. And a lot of men, they are done. They are tired of being treated like walking wallets while being told equality all the time. One side calls it being a gentleman and the other side calls it outdated, sexist, and manipulative. If a man doesn't pay, is he cheap or just setting a boundary? If a woman expects him to pay without even reaching for her own wallet, is that confidence or entitlement? Today we are breaking it all down, no fillers, no fake equality, no simping. Just the truth from both sides, because this debate is way deeper than dinner. It's about power, pride, and expectation in 2025, and let's go into it. So I'm gonna start from the woman's side and he will talk about the men's side later, but from the woman perspective, yes, he should pay. Because for me, it's about effort, not just money. A lot of women see that men paying is a gesture, not a transaction. It's not about how much did he pay, how much did he spend on me. It's just about the effort that he is putting. If he cannot put the effort from the very early beginning, so then why are we here? Because also it signals the intent and respect of someone else. Because when a man pays, it shows he is serious and it tells the woman, I value your time, I wanted to impress you, and I want to be very real with you. And that kind of initiative is very, very attractive. You have no idea. And let's be very, very honest, traditional masculinity is still matters and is still very attractive. Even modern women admit that traditional masculinity is still very sexy or a little bit sexy for them. Something like holding doors, paying the bill. It's not about controlling, it's just about feeling that someone caring about you and putting a little bit of effort for you every day in smaller things. Some other women take it very personally and think if he's not paying, that means he is having a red flag, and if he's hesitant to cover a simple bill, what does that say about his mindset? Is he very cheap? Is he careless? Or he just not interested in me? Which is, from my point of view, I might think that's the case. He might not be that interested, because once a man interested in a woman, he will feel like he wanna pay more for her, he wanna care more about her. And again, paying bills is a form of caring from men perspective, and he will discuss about that later. It's just a good manners. Think about it. She good dressed for you, she did her makeup, she planned her day. At that point, paying is just a basic respect. Like, it's not something we should think about it. Just paying for her, you show her respect, you show her effort, you show her how much interested you are.
Okay, so here's I'm gonna talk from the men perspective, and then we're both gonna compare how the thing's gonna look like. Okay, the first perspective the men have is equality needs to be real, not selective. Modern dating usually preach equality everywhere, but somehow when the bill comes out to the table, it's get tricky. Now you cannot demand that equality between two people. You have to expect a man to pay 100% of the time, which doesn't make sense. Equality means it should be 50-50. You pay half of the bill and I'll pay half, while women don't want it exactly when the bill is out. Now the other thing also, I feel like it almost feels like a transaction rather than a discussion or a hangout. Like the first date shouldn't feel like I'm buying someone's attention, rather having a discussion between a potential life that we might spend together. It's almost like I'm paying for your time, for your meal, while in return I'm not getting anything. Maybe I will not have this conversation again with you forever. Why should I pay for it while we are that early in the stage? Now it doesn't mean that you are going to give me a fake offer, which is literally insulting in most of the guys' opinion. Some guys says that it's not about paying. I'll pay for you, that's not a problem, but at least pretend to offer. Like, at least act like you respect that it costs money while you don't have to pay anything, and I will bear all the expenses while both of us are in it for the same reason. From the woman perspective, you have to understand that not all men are rich, but that doesn't mean that it makes them any less deserving than the man who's actually rich. A guy could be loyal, kind, consistent, and broke at the same time. But similarly, a guy could be rich, a lot of money, cars, but an a-hole for the most part. So you have to think, which one would you prefer? A kind one who is thinking to grow and will grow, while a rich one who already have a lot of arrogance in him at the time of your meeting. Now, does that mean that the kind guy doesn't even worth the second date? Maybe he does. Maybe he is testing you. Maybe there's more to that him not paying that you will never be able to figure out if you haven't given him a second chance. Now, there could be an issue that you might feel that you're used, but you have to understand that men also feel that they are used in a different perspective. Of course, while you got ready, did your makeup, did everything to got here in front of the guy to speak to him, to hang out with him, while the guy also did all of the above, but he also paid for your bill, which means that, let's just say he paid for the bill, okay? He drive you home, he texted you next day, and he get ghosted. At some point time, they will start thinking, start asking, was I just a free dinner, or was there more to the conversation we have had? So that was the men perspective. I'm gonna bring my wife in again, and we'll have a quick chat to see what her perspective is and who's gonna be the winner in here. Now, you have heard my points. I've also heard your points. What do you think here? Who's winning and what we should do?
I think I am winning, like the women's side, that's for sure, because I have
The thing is, they're both correct from each positions.
Yeah.
Both of their reviews make complete sense.
But I'll tell you something. I think the only thing that's winning here is that we both agree that we shouldn't get used. So if you're treating me in a good way, like you're giving me effort and I'm giving that effort back and I'm clear with you, I'm not using that effort, that means that we are both right.
Right, but in the end of the day, who should pay?
The men.
I think the men still should pay, because paying is more than just money for a man. What it is the respect, and shows that you would be the leader of the family. Now, sure, you might have to pay for many women until you find one, so you might feel that you are used, but at the end of the day, I feel like you do have to man up to some extent.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
figure things out, like literally have to work your way on these type of things, because at the end of the day, if you are not paying, that just tells women in a general perspective that he is not going to be that leader of the family.
Exactly. And one thing, like, and that's specifically for the people who they are Muslim, and specifically if they're living in any Arab country, I think Pakistan is included. If any woman asks you that I'm okay to pay the bill, trust me, if you listen to that, she will also still judge you. We as a woman, especially who raised in Arab country, it's fine. I will not take it in a bad perspective, but I will still think that you are not good enough. This is something you have to put in your mind. If you make me split the way, I'll think it's okay, but you're not good enough for me.
Exactly. And from the men perspective, make sure that no one is using you. Make sure to do your due diligence prior to coming on the date.
Yeah.
Maybe go on a coffee. Tell them like, hey, I just want to take you out for a quick coffee date. We'll get to know each other, and then I'll plan a second date for you and us on a dinner date, because I want to see if I'm comfortable with you or not.
Yeah, that's
which I think is going to be a fair argument between two people who don't know each other. Go for a coffee date. Paying for a coffee is not going to affect much.
Yeah.
And go to a Starbucks, it's not going to affect much. But at the end of the day, it will give you an idea how serious she is, and there is a potential for the second date from both sides. Then you can pay for the dinner, because you are investing in something that might have a potential. That being said, that is all for today's video. If our points have hurt you, I'm sorry, but that is the reality for the most part. I'll see you again in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself, others, and of this channel. Peace.